And now, more with Social Women with your hosts, Pat Cruz, Amy Diaz, and Bronwyn Dannenfelser.
I'd like to welcome the Roadshow Search for a Star winner, Mary Larsen. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for having me in. I'm really excited. It's been, a whirlwind of happiness ever since I got the announcement, so it just keeps coming.
So tell me, why did you decide to compete?
I heard about it, I think 2 years ago. I didn't hear about it the first year, but, it really kind of struck a chord. I am Rhode Island born, Rhode Island bred, and I love the state. So when I got to understand a bit of what the show was about, and especially the position, I wanted to apply for it, but I was actually a teacher. And so especially with a job starting in January, I couldn't exactly do that, nor could I try out for it because I'd be missing a day of school. So my program was cut last year, and I've been able to work in the film industry for a bit. But of course, when it came up this year and the announcement was made, I said, I think I can actually try out for that now. So I actually spoke to my current boss, and he completely supported me. He said, this is what you were meant to do. I want you to swing for the fences, and I want you just to go for it. And, I couldn't be happier. I love this state. I love meeting new people and telling people stories and also trying out new things and eating.
So welcome to Social Women. We do a lot of that.
So really, it struck the perfect chord, and I couldn't be happier.
That's fun.
Yes. What was the process like? I have to say, I know you didn't really know much about it the first year, but I was part of the Search for a Star top 5. The very first year when Sean Tempesta won, it was before we had any idea what the road show was going to be like. So our process was completely different than the process from since then. So what was the process like for you?
Well, first we had to show up at Twin River Casino on October 6th for the live auditions. And it reminded me, I've actually tried out for American Idol 3 times.
You can sing.
Yes. And let me tell you, that is not a walk in the park. This was so much easier to that, but that's what it reminded me of, just all the excitement in the air and all the nervous energy and the variety of people who want to be on TV. So we all showed up early in the morning, and we had to speak in front of the judges and, really kind of give a bit of our background, a little bit of our personality, why we'd want to be on the show, and give it our best shot. After that, we had to go and do a bit of reading so they could hear our voice and keep it on tape. Other people got to actually audition online. So if they weren't able to make it that day, they were able to submit video entries, and that was really neat. Some people maybe couldn't get away from work, or they were out of the state for a while, and we got a call back of who made the top 20. People got to see all of our videos. There were about 150 of us, so they could see our videos online, and the top 20 were called, and then it went down to the top 5. So after that, it was, a lot of work. I mean, it was more excitement throughout the beginning bits. But as soon as it got to the top 5, we had a weekly kind of challenge, and we had to go and create a video. The first one was, getting to know us, a bio, a day in the life of. So, we really had to help the viewers get to know us. So I, kind of just decided I'm going to jump right in and let people get to know me 100%. That was my philosophy. I didn't want to be anyone else. I just wanted to be me. And if I ended up being the right fit for the show, then great. And if not, I wouldn't have any, regrets about it. So we did that. We visited a local charity, and then the last one was what we'd bring to the road show. So
what would you bring to the road show?
My main segment idea was if the shoe fits. So it's funny that your little box right there said it.
If the shoe fits, yeah. I do.
So my idea, that show Dirty Jobs, where a gentleman goes and he does someone else's dirty job, whether it's cleaning out who knows what kind of things. Well, I used to watch that show, and I thought, how exciting, he really glamorizes being, a trash man, and you really get to appreciate it. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if someone could go out with local business people and do their job with them and really show why it's important what they do. And it not necessarily doesn't need to be dirty by any means, but, to really do that and to spend some time in someone else's shoes. So for the intro to that segment, I spent time with Jeff the Bee Man from Aquidneck Honey, and we winterized bees. And there were a million bees flying around, and I thought I was cool as a cucumber. I thought I rocked that shoot. Once I looked at the footage, I realized I was frozen with my arms by my side. My lips were together. I said about 3 words total. I honestly thought the shoot was so different. I thought I was, cracking jokes. Not at all. I was so terrified of these bees. But, it really, it showcased why it's important to buy local honey and why his honey may cost more than if you just went to, a supermarket, because really it's here and he raises the bees himself and he actually rescues them. So that's the kind of stories I want to do. I want to go quail hogging with a quail hogger. I want to do these things.
When you do, let us know. We'll come with you.
Oh, yeah. Once it's warmer, because I was thinking about that. It might be a little cold. So I wanted to do that. Another idea is from farm to table, because there's so much local produce in Rhode Island, but boy, do those things look weird. And we don't even know what they're called. I know what a strawberry is. I know what lettuce is. I know what kale is. But the variety of squashes, I don't know what they are or what they taste like. And so I notice whenever I go to a farmer's market, I only buy 10% of the items. So I decided, I want to do a segment where, I grow things and see what they are.
That's what I love about the road show. We were talking about this a little bit before, is I do the road show before every water fire. And so I've been able to interact, and it's just everything that they do on the road show, it really highlights all the wonderful different things we've got here in Rhode Island.
Yes.
And I hear there's big changes even in the timing of the road show and what we're going to see coming up in this upcoming, year.
Yeah.
So
it's moving from Fox Providence to WPRI, and it's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning, starting in January.
Yes. So exciting.
We'll talk more about the changes right after this break. You're listening to Social Women. I'm your co-host, Amy Diaz. Hey. So over the break, we were talking about what you expected of your life. And I guess I thought a little bit about, when we start our careers as women, you think you're going to be doing something for the rest of your life, and then you take a chance.
Yes.
And your life completely changes.
Yep.
Tell us about your thought process when you decided to go ahead and try out for American Idol and then try out for the road show, and how it's all changed your life, or how you think it's going to change your life.
As corny as it may sound, I've always had this belief in myself that I'm destined for something big. And, I really didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know if it was that I was meant to be a great teacher, or if I was going to eventually be a great mom. But I always keep pushing myself. Any opportunity I can see, I go for it. So I did. I tried it for American Idol. Didn't go as well as I planned, but that's okay. And, here with Search for a Star, I really am. I'm shocked and I'm so happy, because I honestly think I won the best thing I could have ever, had for myself. And it really is a great fit. And the entire time, you just have to believe in yourself. I had some people in my life who were very surprised that I did this. They said, this wasn't what you went to school for. We didn't know you were interested in this. We didn't know you wanted to be on TV. And I said, well, neither did I. But, I something told me to do this. And I, no matter what, have tons of faith in myself. And I know that I'm going to be the best I can be. And I really am. I couldn't be happier that this is where life has, brought me. And I know that I'm going to be successful in it. So
what do you hope to gain from this experience?
I definitely want to, showcase a lot of the local stories, and I really want to help. I think that any kind of media can help out the local economy and our small business owners. So that's what I want to do, kind of for everyone else. And for myself, I want to keep pushing myself. That's, I think, going to be my big challenge is, to be happy that I've won, but then to kind of say, what's going to be my next step? And what can I learn from this that, once again, I had no plan for. I didn't plan to be, on TV. And so I want to learn everything I can from it and then go from there and see what opportunities will be for me after the year's up.
Yeah, because this is a year contract, right?
Yes.
So do you think that you're going to want to continue to pursue TV after that?
Already, I love it. So I think that, I would definitely want to pursue it. And that's why, everything I learn, I'm going to be learning 100%. I was joking. People were asking me, what's your experience? And I said, I really feel like I'm a student at school. I'm learning new words. I'm learning new people and all of these different, kind of short terms, SOTs. I didn't know what that meant. I figured it out the other day. So, I'm just learning. And
what does it mean?
I think let me see if I understand it. So I think it's when you're previewing a upcoming segment, you have to, make it exciting. So that's how I would call it, but there's a real term for it. Hopefully I got that right.
You're still learning.
Yes.
So there are changes to the road show.
Yes.
Tell us about that, and when does it start?
So first off, it's going to be moving from Fox Providence over to WPRI 12, and that's going to be happening in January.
They have a beautiful studio.
Oh,
I love it.
Yes. They do. It was, surreal when you first walk in, with all the wonderful colors and all the energy going around, and you don't know if it's night or day because you're inside this box.
Kind of like New York City when you...
Yes. Except without the delivery of whatever you want anytime. And so that's going to be changing. The time is going to be changing. Previously, it's been from 8 to 9, and now it's going to be from 9 to 10. And also, all the co-hosts are new. So, of course, myself is new. And then Michaela Johnson Larsen is actually going to be staying. She was last year's Search for a Star winner.
I love
so she
her.
did an amazing job, and is going to be a wonderful mentor to me. She already has been already. She's been kind of coaching me through everything and saying, "Don't worry, I went through this last year, and it's okay if you don't know what sotties means. I'll tell you everything, and I'll tell you how to have TV ready hair." And Will Gilbert is also joining as the third co-host, and he is amazing. I actually have
I love
listened to
Will.
him. Oh, he's a riot.
I love Will. He's
Will
fun.
actually was part of my Search for a Star process when I went into WP 92 Pro FM. He was there, one of the interviews that I had to do. So it's great to see that he's on the road show now, and he's amazing. Great personality, great person.
Wonderful, yeah. And so everything's really new, and we're all kind of figuring out, our roles together.
Great. Well, thank you so very much for joining us. We look forward to watching you every morning, 9 o'clock, for the next year. Congratulations.